All right, technology be damned. We're here despite technology. Another Today's Decay, July 25th edition. And I have with me Stuart Rhodes. Hello, Stuart.
Hello, Mike.
All right, so far so good. This has been going on for a while, folks. So on Today's Decay, we celebrate births and beginnings of everything important since the dawn of time. Whatever premiered on a specific day, movies, albums, bands, artists, photographers, the whole damn thing. So on this day, July 25th, in 1903, Wanda Woltz was born. I don't know if you'd pronounce W's as V's and V's as W's. She's from Italy, so they're probably W's, right? Anyway, she was a experimental photographer in the 20s and 30s that really experimented melding her own face with that of some of her most beloved cats. So, you know, I feel like we're here talking about rockin' cats. Well, here was a artist cat who embraced the feline side of life. Also on this day, Al Adamson was born, 1929, making such films as Satan's Sadists, Dracula vs. Frankenstein, Horror of the Blood Monsters, Blood of Ghastly Horror. They're not all hits, but hello out there, all you misses. Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century premiered on this day in 1953. Roman Jug from The Damned and Phantom Chords, born on this day, 1957. And then, lo and behold, in the year 1980, the Meteors played their first show. And Stuart was there for it. So I'd like to hear any of your remembrances of, or recollections of this.
Yeah, it was a cool show. And I'd heard about Raw Deal, which was the band prior to that, and people had said they were fantastic, but I never got to see them. And the band manager, Nick Goward, said, I've got this band, some of them used to be in Raw Deal, they're great, you should come along. Went to see them. At the time, I wanted to start a band of my own called the Brain Bashing Bastards, which were going to be sort of a mixture of the Cramps, blues, rockabilly. And I was watching these guys, they did 2 sets. In the first set, I thought, yeah, I could get these guys to be in my band. By the end of the second set, I knew, forget it. This is a band fully formed, and I just threw everything I had behind them because they had got the mix of, there was already psychobilly a bit before the Meteors. We just called them psycho records, oddball 1950s, 1960s records. But the Meteors sort of plugged that into the absolute energy of proper rockabilly, and it was fantastic. But it was just an ordinary London rock and roll club with sort of old Teddy Boys, Reese's, few rockabillys, and most people did not like them. So just a couple of us did, and by the second gig I got a load of mates along, but the second gig was also a proper rocking club, and that ended in a massive fuss. And that was the last time they played rocking clubs for a long time.
So then you designed the majority, if not all, of their early artwork, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'd say after the first gig, I was that enthusiastic about them. I just went away and started drawing pictures inspired by Frankenstein, Matt Curtis, mixture of that. Took them along to the second gig, gave them to the manager. He played around with them, put them on t-shirts. I did the bass player, they used on flyers. It was all part, so with that, the people that were following them in those early days, very small group of people, but we were absolutely evangelical about the band. We knew this band was going to start something. Mm-hmm. It was us against the world, which is still it for the Meteors if you still follow them.
Yeah, sure. This is one of the early flyers here. You can see this. This is some of Stuart's artwork.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is this is not from the first show. This is from February, I guess, of '81. So it's Teenagers from Outer Space Tour is what it's labeled. And I mean, I guess we could get to this on February 2nd, but we may as well just jump ahead. February 2nd, there was the question mark video party at Gossips on Dean Street. Gig to be filmed for American cable TV.
It was never filmed. There were photographs. It was a weird night. It was Gossips became Gazza's Rockin' Blues in a little basement club in Soho beneath a brothel. And they had like a gay fire eater who fit down to a G-string and then burnt pubic hair off him. So a guy who ate his own brains, and then the Meteors played. Just great fun. But whoever was supposed to film it didn't turn up.
Awesome. I was going to ask because it says first 300 people to arrive at 9:30 to be let in. Other bands and attractions also. So the attractions were like sideshow people.
Yeah. Alternative.
Right. Great stuff. Yeah. So oh, and since I have you, I'd love to know more about this recording you did with Nigel, the Satellite Baby thing. Like, what is the backstory for this?
Well, me and a school friend, it was when punk was going on. I mean, I was always sort of wannabe penny boy rockabilly, but I liked punk, which you weren't supposed to admit to. It was very tribal in London. But when punk was going on, it was all that sort of DIY music. So we used to just, as a couple of school kids, mess around with an acoustic guitar, cardboard drums. Neither of us could play anything, but we wrote our own songs. And I gave Nigel Lewis a tape of it, and he just thought it was original because it didn't sound like anything else. Which is what you find when you have people that can't play music trying to make music.
Right.
So he came down to my house one cold winter's evening in London. He bought his own electric guitar with a practice amp. We thought this was miraculous. So playing with an electric guitar. Satellite Baby, which was one of the things, was Nigel's own song that I don't know if he just made it up on the spot. Train kept rolling, and they did one which I was singing, which has never seen the light of day, which is quite right.
So
it was called something like Psycho Baby at the Drive-In Show.
So how many songs would you say you guys did together or recorded together that could be sitting somewhere on tapes?
Yes. No, there was just one. We only actually recorded 3 songs. There were two versions of Satellite Baby. The tape disappeared into Mike Spencer's, the Cannibals.
Uh-huh.
He was going to release them on a compilation in the 1980s, and I gave him the tape. Thankfully, I kept a copy because I never saw it and it was never issued.
So is that what would have been Garage Goodies 2?
Yeah, I think so. Yes, yeah.
I heard that was like almost in production and then just fell apart.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, so somewhere this C90 cassette with the other. The version which I put on YouTube a few years ago is a splice between the two tapes. Because it's me screaming at the end. I like that scream.
Yeah, I like that scream too. Yeah. So this sounds like you have enough material to put out a 45.
In theory, yeah. I think I might do that.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, that's something to look forward to, right? In these quarantine times, that's something to look forward to. Yeah. All right. So anyway, folks, for more of something to look forward to, tune in tomorrow for another Today's Decay. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you, Stuart, for calling in.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
Pleasure.